Hello and welcome to Lynchburg Live. I'm your host, Linda Smith. A sunroom addition to a home adds space to read, relax, raise houseplants, and more fully enjoy the natural view around you. My guest tonight is Jeremy Smith, Product Manager of the Residential Division of F&S Building Innovations Incorporated and Four Seasons Sunrooms. He'll be telling us some of the exciting things that F&S is doing, as well as telling us about Four Seasons Sunrooms. Jeremy, welcome to Lynchburg Live.
Well, thank you so much, Linda, for having me.
I'm kind of focusing on Four Seasons Sunroom tonight because you all have installed one for us back in 2001, and you're about, well, you told me just a minute ago, it's almost ready to get started on.
It'll be very soon that we're going to start on your project.
Yeah, we're going to add an addition, or an extension, I guess, to our sunroom, which will make it twice the size it is right now. I'm excited about it. So that's why I'm sort of leaning toward focusing on Four Seasons, but you all do a tremendous amount of other things.
We do.
And all right, let's talk about first where Four Seasons and F&S Innovations is, Building Innovations.
Okay. Well, a little bit of history about who F&S Building is and where it started. Back in the late 70s, our owner, Gary Fazell, actually started building custom homes on the lake, additions, doing a little remodeling with interior bathrooms, kitchens, and things like that. That was the late 70s. That progressed. The company grew, as you can imagine, around the lake area, Smith Mountain Lake. And in '87, he actually incorporated the company F&S Building. So for about 10 years, he did his own thing privately, kind of word of mouth type thing, and then in '87 decided to actually become a company. And that's where he started F&S in Manita, there at the ShopRite Plaza, as you're on 122. He opened up a small office, a retail space there, and started the company really in '87.
And it certainly has grown, my goodness.
It has grown. Yes, it has.
All right. What's involved with your job as product manager of the residential division?
Well, I've been with the company for going on 12 years this year. I've kind of seen all facets of the residential division. My job now is I'm actually the production manager, which basically oversees all of the coordination with all of our crews, all of our electricians, our plumbers, the whole aspect of what goes into each job. I'm the one who manages all of that. Also in charge of sales. I look over sales. I help our sales consultants out with pricing jobs, managing their sales, trying to meet their goals and things like that as well as a little bit of marketing I do from time to time.
You wear a lot of hats.
I do, but I mainly focus on the production side of our company as far as our division is concerned.
And you travel, I assume, because you aren't just located in Manita. You do work all around in Roanoke, Lynchburg.
Well, we're now, to go back on as far as where we're at and located now, we are in Roanoke. We did move to Roanoke in '97, but to answer the question, Linda, we do travel to Lynchburg, to Charlottesville, down to South Boston, all the way to Wytheville. We cover about 150-mile, close to a 200-mile radius in what we do. So we're not afraid to travel.
Your reputation is, I'm sure, is what takes you to all these places.
It does.
Because you do have an excellent reputation.
Word of mouth definitely spreads quickly, especially when you do a good job.
Now, you do full home remodels, don't you? Or
we do. There's really nothing at your house that we can't provide as far as service. We do kitchens, we do bathrooms, we do man caves, we do exterior projects. If you need a new roof, we'll do that for you as well. So there's really not anything at the house that we can't provide a service for you.
Now, you told me that the economy has affected you in a positive way.
It has.
Can you tell us about that?
Sure. Back in the early 2000s, sunrooms was a big niche in the Roanoke Valley and in Lynchburg. That trend slowed down a little bit in 2008 because a lot of, a sunroom is basically a want and not a need.
Right.
And in 2008, when the economy turned, what happened was what we saw was a lot of our customers were not going so much for the want as much as they were for a need. Whereas it was bathrooms, kitchens, they wanted to add on maybe a mother-in-law suite. They wanted to upgrade their deck. A lot of people have wooden decks on the outside that show age, and they wanted to upgrade that space as well. So instead of just adding a big sunroom space, they wanted to kind of utilize what they had, and that helped us along with remodeling.
And you told me, I think, that people, instead of going out and buying a new home or building a new home during this economy that we've had, that it was more economically feasible for them to add on or to remodel what they had instead of...
Yeah, when the economy kind of took a turn for the worse, a lot of the value in the homes went down, so it was harder to sell their house and to make money off of their house in that sale. So what they have ended up doing is actually just adding on a small sunroom addition and living in their space that they have now.
I think that's great. I mean, that's what we're doing, and that's why we're expanding our sunroom. All right, now you also, this is a product that I really like. You told me that you have worked with Trex Pro, Trex decking.
That's correct.
For people who don't know what that is, would you tell them?
Sure. Trex is a company that's been around for many years. They are really the industry leader as far as composite decking. If you wanted to, remove the decking that's on your outside living space now and put composite materials on there, Trex has been the industry leader. A couple of years ago, we decided to take on that brand as well and become a Trex Pro. And what that means is when a customer is looking for Trex materials or composite materials, they go on the Trex website, they search for a local professional or installer to upgrade their deck. They'll find us as a Trex Pro. What that means is we've been certified through Trex. We've done a lot of decks and exterior projects that involve the product. It basically qualified us to show the consumer that, hey, F&S Building knows what they're doing, and we, I guess, say it's okay for F&S to install our products, through warranties and things. They can call us. So there's not a lot of companies around that can say that they do that, but we do. We're pretty proud of that.
I know that I think Trex looks more wood-like than any of the other composite products that are out there.
It does.
And has a good reputation as well. Now you, F&S, are partnering with Trex to do something at the D-Day Memorial?
We are. We're very excited about the opportunity that the D-Day has given us. D-Day Memorial in Bedford had gone to Trex recently, last fall actually, and asked them to donate some material to their site. They have approximately 360 linear feet of arched benches for the public to sit on. And originally, when they built those benches, they built them out of wood, and it's starting to show their age a little bit. So they were looking for a company to provide them some material. Well, Trex got in contact with them, and they're actually providing the material at no charge.
Oh, how wonderful.
And also, Trex recommended our company, F&S, to actually do the work. So we've decided, as a good steward, and we want to try to volunteer and give back to the community and the veterans that have served our country, we're going to do that at a no charge.
That's wonderful.
So, we're very excited about the opportunity. We feel like, it's the least that we can do to provide a service for the men and women who's given up their lives for our country. So,
and this will also be excellent advertisement for you and Trex.
It will be.
I mean, so you really, it's a good partnership.
It is. It's a win-win for everybody, for Trex, for the D-Day Memorial, and for us as well.
What other commercial products? Commercial projects do you do?
Well, a lot of people know us as the Sunroom Company. And we've kind of branded ourselves, F&S, as the Four Seasons company. But what a lot of the general public doesn't know is about 75% of our business actually is commercial business. We work with some high-end hospitals in our area. We also work with some local schools, some universities, and we've been working with those for quite some time now, 20 plus years. We do church remodels, we do grocery store remodels, we do hospital remodels. We do a lot of remodels that the general public wouldn't know that F&S does. Right. We are involved. We've got about 25 employees as far as our commercial division. So we're very proud of that. It is an aspect that we're trying to work on as far as our marketing is concerned, trying to let the general public know that who we are. We're not just a sunroom company, but we are more commercial. Right. We do a lot of residential exterior spaces, so there's really nothing that we don't do. And
green building, too. You told me that you do that.
Yeah, we work with a lot of our glass products in our sunrooms. Actually are very highly energy efficient. I'm sure we'll probably touch on that in a little bit. But, as far as our composite materials, they are what we consider a green material because it's recycled. So we're proud of that as well.
And you do a lot of handicap accessible things, commercial and residential.
We do. We can go out to any of the homes, and let's say, for example, there's a veteran out there who is in a wheelchair, and he needs access, or he or she needs access into the home. They're having a hard time getting in the front door. We'll go out, build ramps for them. We've installed chair lifts for them as well. We've put in elevators before. So there's a lot of things that we do for the disabled as far as remodeling bathrooms, putting in grab bars. That seems like a small little aspect, but you would think putting in a grab bar for someone who's disabled can mean the world to them.
It absolutely.
Around the bathroom area, around the kitchen area, around going into the front door. Grab bars and grab rails, it really makes a world of difference. And we try to go out and reach that facet, I guess, of the industry.
Now, this sunroom, you also do another brand of sunroom as well. Do you want to plug them too?
Vinyl Design Corporation has been a great partner with us. Back in 1988, Vinyl Design Corporations out of Ohio started making replacement windows, patio doors, entry doors, and then they started with the sunroom industry. And about 6 years ago, we decided to take on another sunroom company, not just the Four Seasons Sunrooms, but the Vinyl Design Corporation. That has been a positive for us. It really gives us different options for the consumer, not just a Four Seasons, so to speak, like an all-glass room, but Vinyl Design as well offers a couple of different varieties. So it really has helped us in our business and our sunroom business especially.
Our Four Seasons sunroom, we turned a screen porch into the sunroom, and we've been able to use this sunroom year-round. And the glass, it's insulated so well that we only have a small heating unit, and all we have to do is open the door for air conditioning to be out there. Right. What sets your products apart?
Well, that's a good question. Four Seasons Sunrooms really has the market on glass. This isn't a sales pitch. Truly, Four Seasons owns the glass industry as far as sunrooms is concerned. Their technology behind it, their patents behind it, offers so much protection from skin cancers, from fading of furnitures. Let's say you put in a high-end, wooden floor in your sunroom. Right. 3 years down the road, it's not going to fade because the insulating properties and the UV protection that it offers, it truly is an outstanding piece of glass. Living in it year-round is key. because it's completely insulated. You know, whatever kind of heating system you put in, whether it be radiant heat under your tile floor, the through the wall units, you know, split systems, any kind of heating element you put in these sunrooms, the beauty of it is it stays inside. You know, I had a customer comment to me a couple of weeks ago, and he told me it was when we had the 3-degree, 4-degree nights.
Right.
Well, we install radiant heat under their tile floor in their sunroom, and he told me just a couple of weeks ago that it was one of the warmest rooms in the house. Now, to put an all-glass room on an extension basically of his kitchen, and for him to tell me that that's the warmest, one of the warmest rooms in the house, really speaks volume of how this glass works. So it's not just me saying it; it's a testament from our customers and from you, Linda. You know, it truly does work. There's a lot of chemistry behind it that I could go on and go on about, but just take it from us and take it from all of our customers. You know, we've done thousands of these rooms, and not one complaint did we get back saying that it's too cold or it's too hot. So it truly is remarkable.
That's why we were so impressed. I mean, we were so impressed with the product that even though it is a little more costly than other products, we feel like what it's saving us with heat and cooling and all the other things you mentioned, UV, saving our furniture from fading.
Right.
All those things are important, and that balances out, I think.
It does.
If there's a little extra cost. But we couldn't be happier. Now, your glass is manufactured in New York, is that true?
It is. It's in New York, a little small town called Holbrook. They have a huge facility up there. I've taken several plant tours up there and actually seen how the glass is made, and it's truly remarkable what goes in each piece of glass. But it does come from New York. There's one cool thing about Four Seasons of what they do. They in the United States, there's 4 different categories that Four Seasons has based on where you live. If you live in the East Coast, Northeast, Midwest, they have separate pieces of glass that they identify where the glass is going to be shipped and who's going to use it. The end consumer, and they dictate it. Basically, where you live dictates what kind of glass you get. So
that's wonderful to know that.
They put a lot of R&D behind what they do. So it's really special what those guys are doing in New York.
You brought some pictures, and we can still talk while we're showing the pictures. So, Phil, if you'll put the pictures up on the screen, we'll talk about what they are.
Oh, yeah.
That's
one of our pride and joys up in Christiansburg. That room there, we did a huge kitchen remodel. We did a big sunroom on the back. We opened up the exterior of that house and made it one big room. This picture here is the D-Day memorial that we were talking about. We're actually going to strip all of that wood off of the bench there and wrap. That's just one side of it. That's about 180 linear feet. We're actually doubling that in size. So that's going to be a cool project too.
That really is.
We're really excited. That's coming up in the spring. The D-Day project. Here's another project in Botetourt County that we did. That was just a simple. The roof was already there. The screen walls were there. We came in, removed the screen walls, and then that's a vinyl design sunroom. We basically went in and made it a 365-day-a-year room. We put heating and cooling in it, and he put carpet and furniture and finished it just like a living room. We did the exterior deck there as well. Put Trex deck on it and the vinyl handrails. It was a nice project.
There's so many different designs you can use. Now, this is the inside.
That is the inside there. As you can see, I mean, they finish it off, and it's just such a warm, comfortable room to live in. You know, the great thing about this room here is they already had the roof there. They already had the floor system there. All we did was come in, strip the screen, strip some of the framing, and put the vinyl walls in. It was.
And that's essentially what you did for us in the beginning. But now we're going to go out onto the deck.
We are.
Which is
yep. Now this project here, up in Bluefield, that was a huge project.
That's beautiful.
This customer here showed me. I was actually on site during the first few visits here as far as design work, and she showed me a picture of what she wanted, and we made it happen. I sent everything to Four Seasons, exactly what we wanted, and I mean, it was all custom design there, and they produced a product, and you know, of course, we had to install it, which was the hard part. But it's a flawless room. It's beautiful. Now, this is a room that we did for a doctor in Roanoke. They had a roof and a screen porch that was already there, and we came in and used basically new construction windows with nailing flanges on it on the outside there, and trimmed it in wood. This is a A-frame cathedral model, Four Seasons, glass to ground basically, insulated floor system. You know, this is a year-round model that you could choose from.
And this is similar to what
this
we're
is similar
having.
to what you guys are going to be doing. I'm excited about it.
Me too.
your walls are actually going to be a little taller than those, so it's going to be even more sunlight.
Yeah.
This is a room, one of the wooden interior rooms that Four Seasons does. This is one of our, one of my most favorite rooms just because of all the wood. You can see the wood lot behind them. I mean, it's just a beautiful room. Turned out awesome. That was down in South Boston. That was a beautiful room. If you could have seen this bathroom before we started, you'd say, no way, there's no way that's that bathroom. But we pretty much gutted this bathroom from the studs and reframed a few walls there, put in radiant heat underneath their floor, and what you see is everything. What you see there is what we've designed and what we installed. That job was in Lynchburg, actually.
That's really pretty.
That was a great job. That there, that's a exterior space that we renovated about 2 years ago on Smith Mountain Lake. Installed the composite decking and the vinyl rails as well. We did a lot of work at their house.
This is a beautiful kitchen.
It is.
That's
Isn't
just
that
a
beautiful?
gorgeous kitchen.
And she designed all of that kitchen work and basically gave us the blueprints of it and said, here, make it happen. And we did a lot of work at their house too, but that is a gorgeous kitchen.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
Quartz tops, you know, the glazed cabinetry. It's all maple cabinetry. It's just a beautiful design. We did all the electrical work, all the sheetrock work, the painting, the flooring, the whole 9 yards. It's really 180 degrees from just doing a sunroom. Again, we are a full remodeling company, so this is a conservatory that Four Seasons designs. That's out in Martinsville, actually.
That's pretty too. I think that's
a gorgeous room, and they use that more for plants and growing plants during the wintertime. It's just a gorgeous room there on a stamped concrete pad. Another conservatory. This is a vinyl conservatory that Four Seasons offers. Gives you a little more warmth feel over top of the framework. It's just a little different design work. That is actually at Smith Mountain Lake. And
I think this is so cool.
here's one of my favorites. She was one of my customers down in Martinsville, and we did a double-decker for her, as you can see. And all of the landscaping, the deck work, the concrete work that you see there, I mean, from the ground up, that was one small metal deck on the outside of her house. And as you can see, we turned her house really upside down with, I mean, just
That's cool, though.
A-frame on top and the wall sections below. We did a big opening that opens into her kitchen, so made it one big room.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, she absolutely loves it. Here's a bathroom that's it's more handicap accessible. As you can see, there's no threshold there into the shower. They can, if they were in a wheelchair, they can wheel right in. We've put 3 different shower heads into the shower there with the grab bars in it.
That's great.
Did all the tile work. Basically reconstructed a closet out of this shower. And here's our showroom. We remodeled our showroom last spring, and we put in the Trex pergola. As you can see, the leaf design in the actual deck, we can actually curve and bend the Trex material to make it pretty much any shape you want. Added the lights there to give it some accent lighting, and it also showcases some of the different handrail styles and features that you can do with Trex.
I'm sitting here looking at these pictures thinking of other things we could get you to do.
That's right. There's a lot of things that we can offer you. So the sky's the limit when it comes to remodeling and adding on to any kind of space.
I think these pictures are wonderful, and you know, there's nothing more exciting, I think, than to get into doing something like this. Yeah. We only have about 5 more minutes, but I wanted to say that when you all were there before, that your workmen were so courteous. They came in, they cleaned up. When I came home from work, there was nothing out of place. Everything was clean. And, you know, I think that a customer appreciates that kind of workmanship. You also called me. If there was going to be a delay, you called me and told me why. And then you kept up with me, kept calling until that delay was done. So. You know, I think that's one of the things that people appreciate so much, because there are companies who say, I'll be there on Wednesday, and you don't see them until next month.
Right. Yeah, you know, contractors get the stereotype where they leave you hanging, leave you out to dry. They don't, you know, you don't know when they're going to show up. You know, a lot of people can have an end result and make a customer happy, but what we really strive on is, number one, making you comfortable through the process. We want to hold your hand. We want to tell you when we're going to be there. If we're not going to be there, we're going to, like you said, we're going to let you know. We strive on communication. That's what F&S sets apart from other contractors. You know, we want to make sure that you're comfortable in doing everything that you want on a timely manner. You know, the quality is always going to be there. We're not perfect, but we strive to be. And you know, we're going to do what we say we're going to do, and that's why I think F&S has really come 35 plus years, and you know, we really strive to make you happy.
Jeremy, we are totally out of time, but I thank you so much for being my guest, and I'm looking forward to working with you.
Likewise, Linda. I really appreciate you having me on.
Thank you again. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. My next show, we will be coming to you from the Mysticon Science Fiction Convention in Roanoke. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.